for Shuka. Very nice, Shuka. All right, and last but not least, we have our largest whale. He's on his way out here right now. He's a full-grown adult male killer whale, 40 years old, 20 feet long, 10,000 pounds. All right, he's on his way 36 feet down to the bottom and coming up in the center. Say hello to Ulysses. As I said, we have a pod of 11 killer whales here at our park at SeaWorld San Diego. They range in age from little baby Amaya, who was born on December 2nd. She's 9 months old, all the way up to our oldest whale, that's Corky, and she is 51 years old. Ladies and gentlemen, our killer whale family.
You can see how different each whale is, but did you know there are even bigger differences in the wild? Would you be surprised if I told you there are actually different kinds of killer whales? Yeah, scientists refer to them as ecotypes. They live in different habitats, they have different body types, and they even pursue different kinds of food. But even though killer whale ecotypes are different, they're still considered members of one species, or Sinus orca. One question that we get asked all the time is how big does a killer whale grow to be? Well, the answer would depend on which ecotype you're talking about. Is it a 16-foot female in Iceland or a 30-foot male in Antarctica? Let's take a closer look.
Remarkable thing about killer whales, no matter which type, is that they are found throughout our global ocean, from the Arctic to the Antarctic, and literally everywhere in between. They are found in so many different habitats and depend on such a variety of marine life for survival that killer whales are more intertwined with the fate of our ocean than any other marine animal. Truly, these awesome animals are the living representing so much more than their own species.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it again for our killer whale. Okay, let's check out some of your great questions. Oh, here we go. So many people wonder about our trainers. In fact, raise your hand if you've ever wanted to be an animal trainer. Wow, that's a lot. Then you should meet our dedicated trainers who interact with our family of killer whales every day.
All right, from left to right, interacting with Ulysses, that's Michelle. In the middle, we have Summer. And on the right is Vicky.
Our killer whale trainers are so passionate about what they do here every day. That makes me think of another one of your great questions. Do the trainers talk to the whales? Well, Tom, I'll let you answer that one.
All right, thanks, Emma. We may not talk to the whales like you and I talk to each other, but we have taught them different signals to communicate with them. This ongoing communication is an important part of building a strong relationships that we have with these whales. Now, because of this connection, one of the things we're able to do is answer important questions through research.
Here at SeaWorld, we have a unique opportunity to conduct research about killer whales, asking important questions that can only be answered in a setting like this. So much of what we learn here is being used to help killer whales in the wild. Of course, there are other questions that can only be explored by studying whales in the ocean. By exploring questions both at SeaWorld and in the wild, our combined research gives all of us a better understanding of killer whales and the places they live.
And that's what I call working together. Research flowing in both directions, from our park to the wild and back again. That way everyone can benefit. Okay, let's check out another question. Oh, perfect. This individual wonders why whales jump. And I just so happen to have that emoji. Look! You know, killer whales communicate in a lot of different ways. Sometimes they vocalize, and sometimes they use their body. A jump like that is called a breach. They're making a sound on top of the water. When a whale uses their body to slap the water, it creates a commotion both above and below the surface. This could be to show their excitement, or maybe display a little power, or just to get the attention of the other whales. Some of you may have heard about Kalia's new calf, Amaya. Our SeaWorld social media fans have actually helped us name her. Here at SeaWorld, we watch newborn calves rely on their mothers for everything, right from the very first moment of birth.
As a calf grows and gains some independence, it is looked after by other whales in the pod too. They help the mother protect the calf, teach it survival skills, and show the calf how to romp and play. Killer whales live in family-like groups known as pods. Like human families, their pods can range in size, from just a handful of whales up to a few dozen.
And that leads to another really important question. Does having a killer whale breeding program here at SeaWorld help whales in the wild? Absolutely. Our successful breeding program helps us understand the developmental needs of pregnant mothers, newborn calves, and young killer whales. It's critical information because this is when killer whales are most vulnerable in the wild. Gaining this type of knowledge is only possible through the research that we're able to do right here at SeaWorld.
Recently, SeaWorld worked with researchers from the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, or NOAA, to help them develop a model for identifying when a killer whale is pregnant by looking at aerial images of the animal in the wild. Prior to this cooperative effort, where SeaWorld provided direct, unparalleled access to our pregnant whales, researchers had no solid way of knowing whether or not a female in the wild was carrying a calf.
Wow, now isn't that a lot of questions? Believe it or not, we get them every day.
We sure do. You know, killer whales communicate with each other using a variety of different sounds. Let's go ahead and take a listen.
노래. 그러다 왜 이렇게 노래해 노래?
Nice job, you guys.
그게 무슨
You
소리야?
know, each kind of killer whale, each pod, has their own dialect, their own unique set of calls. And don't forget, they can use their body language too. Check it out with Michelle and Ulysses.
Sometimes they blow bubbles, bump into each other, or even scratch each other with their teeth, causing rake marks. These are the multi-line marks that you might see on the skin of killer whales and dolphins. It's one of the ways these animals display dominance over one another during social interactions, both in the wild and here at SeaWorld. We've just learned that killer whales use vocalization and body language to communicate with each other. But do you remember how we communicate with them?
먹이 주는 거야.
That's right, through signals. Here at SeaWorld, we communicate with our killer whales, and we want the next generation to be able to do the same.
All right, this is my favorite part of the show. Down here with Summer, we have Josie. And over here with Vicky, we have Lawrence. They're our newest trainers for this interaction with Kasaka. And over here with Shuka. Let's see if they can take some signals from our new trainers. Josie's just asked Shuka to put a flipper up. She got that one right. And over here we have a petrol flipper wave, hopefully with Kasaka. Very nice, 1 for 1. And right here with Shuka, we're just trying to get her to roll upside down. And Lawrence is getting a little bit wet. Good thing it's 80 degrees out here. All right, we're 2 for 2. Very nice, you guys. We're gonna get one more behavior over here with Kasaka, a tail fluke wave. Hopefully, that's the signal Lawrence just gave her. And she got it. Very nice, Kasaka. And to help you remember your day with these beautiful killer whales, we'd like to offer you this killer whale necklace. How about a hand for our newest trainers, Josie and Lawrence?
Tom, I think we've got some future animal trainers. Don't you guys think they did a good job? Awesome. Here's another really great question. Who takes care of you, Shamu? I love that question because it lets us give you a peek at how we care for these extraordinary animals. Okay, Tom, are the trainers ready?
It looks like we're ready. Over here with Summer, we have Shuka, and once again, Vicky with Kasaka. We're going to be showing you some husbandry behaviors right now, in addition to the high energy behaviors you see. We teach them husbandry now. These are behaviors we teach the whales to help us take better care of them. Now what we're doing right here is a tail fluke present. This is an extremely important behavior to train on all the whales and dolphins here at SeaWorld because the ventral side of the tail flukes is where we get voluntary blood samples. By looking at the blood, we can make sure that they're staying healthy. Now the slide out behavior that you're about to see, if you focus your attention all the way to the stage with Lindy, Shuka is going to slide completely up and out of the water on stage.
Jump, jump, jump.
Here she comes.
Ooh.
Now that behavior is very important because the slide out is how we weigh the whales.
Whoa.
In our back pool, we have a scale. We have the whales slide up on that scale once a week. Now by tracking their weight, we can make sure that they're staying healthy and make sure the young whales are growing properly.
올라온다.
Now in just a minute, you're going to see some high energy stuff. As I said, we teach the whales all kinds of different behaviors. The husbandry is very important though. We collect urine from the females, we clean their teeth every morning, and once again we weigh the whales and do body examinations on them on a daily basis. Now the high energy behaviors like bows, breaches, and front flips, like you're about to see with Shuka, are very important behaviors because that's how we make sure that they're getting the exercise that they need each and every day. Focus your attention to the middle of the pool and check out Shuka.
I know our guests also wonder, how much does a killer whale need to eat to stay healthy?
Yeah, well, just like us, killer whales have different dietary needs. Kasaka's 40 years old, so she's obviously full grown. She eats 120 pounds of fish a day. Shuka, on the other hand, she's also full grown, but she eats a little bit less. She weighs about 1,000 pounds less than Kasaka. She eats 110 pounds of fish a day. Now, it's important to note that the killer whales receive all of their food throughout the day, no matter what they do.
Because we've been able to determine how much killer whales eat throughout different stages of their life, researchers in the field can use this information to determine if ocean habitats are healthy enough for killer whale populations to thrive. And that type of information is invaluable.
You know, food, exercise, and physicals from our veterinarians aren't all the killer whales need. Each whale's well-being is so important to us, we want to make sure that their minds are being stimulated and challenged too. They need the kind of stimulation that comes from learning, interaction, and play. If you focus your attention up to the screen, you'll see the killer whales playing with a variety of different things. We've got large plastic objects that they enjoy towing around the pool, and what you see there